It was fascinating background that he had, that Peterson had with, he was seeing a doctor. He realized that the doctor was actually the serial killer. This is all backstory, right?
Right.
That's the same atrocious aftershave you wore in court 3 years ago.
Yeah, I keep getting it for Christmas.
Did you get my card?
I got it, thank you.
And how's Officer Stewart? The one who was first to see my basement.
Stuart's fine.
Emotional problems, I hear. Do you have any problems, Will?
No.
No, of course you don't. I'm glad you came. My callers are mostly clinical psychologists from Cornfield University somewhere. Second-raters, the lot.
Dr. Bloom showed me your article on surgical addiction in the Journal of Clinical Psychiatry.
And?
Very interesting. Even to a layman. I want you to help me, Dr. Lecter.
Yes. I thought so.
It's about Atlanta and Birmingham.
Yes?
You read about it?
In the papers. I don't tear out the articles. I wouldn't want them to think I was dwelling on anything morbid. You want to know how he's choosing them, don't you?
I thought you might have some ideas.
Why should I tell you?
You get to see the file on this case. And there's another reason.
Pray tell.
Thought you might be curious to see if you're smarter than the person I'm looking for.
Then by implication, you think you're smarter than me since you caught me.
No. I know that I'm not smarter than you.
Then how did you catch me?
You had disadvantages.
What disadvantages?
You're insane.
You are very tan, Will. Your hands are rough. They don't look like cops' hands anymore. And that shaving lotion is something a child would select. It has a ship on the bottle, doesn't it? Don't think you can persuade me with appeals to my intellectual vanity.
I don't think I'll persuade you at all. You'll either do it or you won't. Besides, we have Dr. Bloom working on it, and he's the best.
Do you have the file with you?
Yes.
Pictures?
Yes.
Let me have them and I might consider it.
No.
Dream much, Will?
Goodbye, Dr. Lecter.
You haven't threatened to take away my books yet. Let me have the file and I'll tell you what I think. This is a very shy boy, Will. What were the yards like?
Big backyards. Fences, hedges. Why?
Because, my dear Will, if this pilgrim imagines he has a relationship with the moon, he might go outside to look at it. Have you ever seen blood in the moonlight, Will? It appears quite black. If one were nude, it would be better to have privacy for this sort of thing.
That's interesting.
No, it's not. You thought of it before.
I considered it.
You came here to look at me, to get the old scent back again, didn't you?
I want your opinion.
I don't have one right now.
Well, when you have one, I'd like to hear it.
Can I keep this?
I haven't decided yet.
I'll study them. When you get more files, I'd like to see them too. You can call me when I have to call my lawyer. They bring me a telephone. Would you like to leave me your home phone number?
No.
Do you know how you caught me, Will?
Goodbye, Dr. Lecter. You can leave messages for me at the number on
You
the
know
file.
how you caught me? The reason you caught me, Will, is you're just alike. You want the scent. Smell yourself.
and now he's like being chased around by the guy. Oh, I don't know. It was a really convoluted
Well,
story. But
the
go
no,
ahead.
finish your thought. I have,
Well,
and
no,
then I,
but as a procedural, it was really exciting. He was going, I
oh,
needed this, I needed that. Well, let's go. Okay, yes, and we had Farina was like the perfect sidekick, right? Like he was the guy who made it happen, right?
so he's
Dennis
pretty
Farina.
brilliant in this, but he's very centered, which is, I think, what helps his performance. But one thing, the best scene in the movie to me is that whole FBI breakdown where they're talking about shake down Lecter, get him out of the cell, go through all his books, take photos so you can put them all back, get us the code. And then he starts doing they start trying to compare what the letter is telling him within the framework of his library set. And that scene actually stars a friend of ours, Bill Smitrovich, by the way, but he's doing the whole thing where he's like going, he bounces to the Bible and reads the Bible verse and he goes, nope, that's not what it is. That was
Right.
all fascinating. And they have to do it on a
Yes.
clock. Like they have to beat a
Yes.
chopper
Yes.
back.
Yeah. No, I loved that too. I loved it. And it was like, no, there's not that many pages in the Bible. It's all right.
Yeah.
It's over here instead. And they were like, yeah, right. And it was really exciting. And like he'd go outside and out from outside, he could see that how the killer would, stalk his, how he would actually manipulate and stalk his
Right.
victims. And that was fascinating too, because, you see a guy actually breaking it down,
Yeah.
Um,
And then like moment where gets in on the speakerphone, they go visit a police department and they're kind of using archaic details, they're kind of using archaic procedures. And then somebody gets on the speakerphone and he's got a partial print on an eyeball, like
yeah,
on an eyeball.
yeah.
And it like changes the whole thinking of the case. But I loved when they got into those details. But for me,
Mhm.
Manhunter is a lot more clear cut in terms of who you root for. Like my problem with Die Hard, my problem with Heat is I tend to root for the bad guys. They're putting
Well,
so much work into their crime.
well, this is here's the thing. I think that I say that I didn't get any insights as to why someone is a serial killer or how they work,
Right.
but we did. They did make a very strong connection between Peterson and the killer, and that he was thinking the same way.
Hmm.
Like he
Yeah.
was thinking like the killer. And that's, you had to take the gloves off, didn't you? Because you had to touch her. You did, didn't you? He's always having these
Yeah.
discussions with the killer that's not there, so that we can get an understanding of how, his whatever is the landscape of his crazy brain, and how it's very similar to that of the serial killer. And because of that, that's how he manages to crack the case. But and I loved him cracking the case. And I just didn't learn about why, like that serial killer that was making love to the blind girl. Like I don't know anything about him, and I
Right.
don't want to. I don't want to know anything about him. But like that was with Peterson, you got an understanding of what was driving him and why. But the killer was just like, it was very bizarre. He was in a
Yeah.
vacuum.
Brilliantly cast. I mean, that's one thing from Thief to Manhunter to Heat that we're talking about here. The casts are fantastic. The casting is
Yes.
I did like him in the role. I agree. I did not learn too much about the art of serial killing, if you want to call it that. But um, I was the other thing too is I was kind of hoping that when that guy gets his head blown off, there's a little more satisfaction in it. and and
Right. When he jumps
you know,
through the glass, you mean, and
yeah,
right, then he gets into that thing. Yeah. Again, another sort of unusual climax where the cops are going, no, wait for backup.
right.
And she's in there with the guy, the blind girl is in there with a serial killer. Like, oh yeah, we'll wait. Yeah, let him do it. Like that was absurd. And then oh yeah, by the way, like I have the beginning of Manhunter is like, the guys, I don't want to do it. No, you have to do it because otherwise you'll kill more people. Okay, I'll do it.
Mhm.
Like this, I'm so tired of that setup. Yet that may have been the first time that setup was really exercised.
It may have been. It's been used a lot since for sure. And I know that thinking like we're on a clock. He's going to strike again in 30 days. And you're the only one that can stop him, even though you are completely psychologically damaged by all your past work. Can we
Yeah.
damage you further in order to try and stop this guy? And those are sort of the mechanics that make the movie, for me, interesting. I mean, the Will Graham part. And I also have to say, this version of Chilton, who runs the mental hospital or the mental wing of the prison, I like this version of Chilton as in preference to the Silence of the Lambs sleazy version. I like this guy.
Yes.
I prefer being more realistic, scientific about his job.
Yeah. I too. I think it felt more real in that regard. Yeah.
Dr. Bloom called me yesterday, Mr. Graham. Or is it Dr. Graham?
I'm not a doctor. I need to see Lecter in as much privacy as possible.
Dr. Lecter will stay in his room. That is absolutely the only place where he's not put in full body restraints. One of the walls to the room is a double barrier. I'll have a chair placed just outside.
Might have to show him some material that could stimulate him.
As long as it's on soft paper. Now, the consensus around here is that the only person who's ever demonstrated any practical understanding of Dr. Hannibal Lecter is you, Mr. Graham. Can you tell me anything about him?
No.
When you saw Dr. Lecter's murders, their style, so to speak, were you able to reconstruct his fantasies in your own mind? Is that what helped you to identify him?
I'd like to see Lecter now.
Sure.
Yeah, but
Silence of the Lambs was, I just didn't recognize, I mean, I like the acting and stuff. I mean, I didn't recognize, we don't go off on that, but I didn't recognize, anything in there. Like he's like talking about making liver pate and stuff. I mean, it's absurd, and they've got him in this bizarre thing with holding him down. Like, what am I like? Fucking, is it comic books? There's plenty to be afraid of without having to have the guy in a special chair. You know what I mean? Plenty to be afraid of.
Well, Kevin Pollak always tells this hilarious Barry Levinson story about that sequence where, there's like a scene missing from the movie in Barry Levinson's mind where it's the police commander and he gets all his department together and he's like, all right, man, we got the world's most dangerous cannibalistic killer coming to town. Now, Watson, Davis, you're going to watch him, but don't worry. We welded a special cage on the top floor of the tax building. You're going to put him in there, and you're going to just keep an eye on him. The rest of us, we're going to be 10 floors down with the SWATs. You call us if you need anything. And by the way, we were able to build this cage, but we didn't build a slot for his food. So when he's hungry, just open him up and handcuff him to the bed or something. And like this ridiculous, he makes you think like, I loved the movie and I was into it when I saw it, but he makes you think like, yeah, why isn't this guy like that mask is going to be bolted to his face. He's not getting off the gurney.
Right.
It's going to be Frankenstein and he's going to stay there. And we're going to have a ring of guys that are just going to be ready to blow his head off if he twitches. But instead we got two guys and they're listening to music and he's waving the baton and, and you're just like one of those things. Anyway,
you're done for. Yeah.
They come out of darkness, sometimes with thunder, sometimes with lightning. Their presence means death. The prison master was afraid of him. The guards were afraid of him. The town was afraid of him. Lucifer is coming for you. Rest easy, Jack Carr said in a low tone. You're in the final 30 seconds of your life. No quarter. No quarter. Kill all masters. Coming soon